This is the module information screencast for the Level 3 module ELL352 Approaches to Discourse. My name's Jane Mulderrig and I'm a lecturer in Applied Linguistics. You can read some of my recent publications in the journals Discourse and Society and Critical Discourse Studies. My current research uses an approach called critical discourse analysis to investigate the role of language in representations of ageing in contemporary social life, for example, in politics and mass media. The aim of this module is to provide you with the tools to carry out a critical analysis of spoken and written communication in contemporary social contexts. Beginning with spoken discourse and moving on to written texts, we look at a range of different theories that have been developed in the field of discourse analysis in order to understand how meanings are jointly produced and how they contribute to our perception of the world and of each other. Topics we will cover include pragmatics, looking at the systematic rules and linguistic processes we draw on in order to make sense and negotiate what on the surface can appear to be the rather messy business of interaction. Processes of communication also play an important role in helping us to negotiate our social relationships and interpersonal rapport. One of the most important ways in which we achieve this is through politeness strategies. So another topic we will look at is how politeness works in English, as well as asking whether or not such strategies are culturally universal. Do all cultures express politeness in the same way? Or do cross-cultural misunderstandings arise from differences in the way cultures do politeness? We'll also look at some of the ways in which processes of meaning-making are associated with particular social activities like education, medicine, advertising, and so on. As a result of their social function, these discourse practices have certain linguistic regularities that allow us to recognise them as belonging to particular categories we call genre and discourses. We'll also look at a phenomenon called interdiscursivity, which explains how these conventions of language can be strategically drawn on in order to create a particular rhetorical or comic effects. Having looked at a range of different methods for analysing authentic language use, we'll then apply these to two particular social practices, advertising and politics. There will be two pieces of assessment for this module. Firstly, you'll work in small groups to deliver a PowerPoint presentation at the end of the semester, based on a piece of data you've collected and analysed using any of the methods we've covered in the module. The second assessment is a 2,500 word essay on one of the topics covered in the module. There are no prerequisites for this course. If you've taken English Language A-Level or done undergraduate modules like Practical Stylistics, then some of the topics I will be covering may be familiar to you. But don't worry, I don't assume any prior knowledge of discourse analysis, so you won't be at a disadvantage if you haven't done these subjects before. If you'd like to read up on this subject beforehand, the textbook I'll be using is by Laura Albajuez, and you can get a copy of it at Blackwell's shop on Mappin Street. If you'd like to get in touch about this module, you can email me at this address. Thanks for listening.